Welcome back to Mallory Performance, and we've just filmed a video on my car, the A45, and yes, it is on the dyno, but we're just going to show you guys that it doesn't actually need, well, it's not a necessity to be tuned on the dyno. So let's clip to a few clips now from my video and show you exactly the process that we've been through. A lot of people are going to be skeptical about this because they think, oh, to make your car go faster you have to have it on a dyno, which is not necessarily so true, is it?
It's not true at all. I do 90% of the tuning out on the road. We own, like, my own M2's only been on the dyno twice, because the dyno only tells you what you do at full chat. So when you fall flat on the throttle, you get to, like, you know, you get the power, you get to see where you are. But when you're just cruising around and things like that, you don't get to tune those bits. You don't get to see it. You don't see what annoys you and stuff like that. So you have to go out on the road and tune these things.
So it's more like a realistic.
Yeah,
well, it's more realistic. You don't drive every day like you do on a dyno.
Exactly. You're getting feedback. You're getting road feedback, like, not just because when you're on the road, you don't sit at like 7k all the time, do you? So what's the point in just tuning at 6-7k?
Yeah.
You spend more time, 2.5 to 3 to, to 4, round about there, cruising round. So you've got to make it feel good there too.
Might need fuel first.
Yeah. I mean, what sort of brings the car out to tune it with less than a quarter of a tank in it? Rule number one.
I never have fuel.
Rule number one, put fuel in it.
So let's go get some fuel and then let's get tuning. Let's do this. Fuel for you, fuel for the car, fuel for me.
Why don't you just fill it in, putting 40 quid in?
Because more weight.
Oh God, more weight.
Pulled off over the side of a lay-by now, or what the hell are you doing?
So we're gonna go give it death, basically. We need to see what the car's doing as it is. So we're gonna switch on B-Flash, get it logging. You're gonna hold the laptop.
Wow.
Click continue. So I'll get that going again. So when we're on the road, click start.
Yeah.
And then we'll just drive the car and then see what you can get from the logs at the other side, because this gives you more of an indication about what the car's doing in every gear as you're driving it.
Okay, so tell me when to click start.
So click start.
Do you want to put it in sport?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Now we're just in a lay-by in the middle of nowhere, and Phil is tuning the car. Well, he's looking at the figures, what is just pulled on the road, and as he's explained, this is what a lot of car manufacturers do. So hopefully we get a nice little tune out of this in real life road conditions. Let's see what Phil's getting up to.
Just looking over the logs now, so you can see the gear as we change gears. I can see what gear is in. We'll put actual gear. That'll tell me what gear is in between each run as well. So this is the fourth gear. This is the one I really look at, and it's like 1.7 bar. It's only running like 85% torque, so there's a lot of meat in there still. You're on good fuel, so there's no knocks, so there's no timing pull, which I wouldn't expect to see any in the stock form. So pretty much everything looks fine, to be fair.
So you're going to work your magic now?
So we'll turn it up. With the best power is the leanest mix as possible, with as most timing as we can get in, with obviously the best boost, basically. So boost doesn't really make the power, it's a balance of everything. Right. So we just done a run. I always leave a bit of fuel in for the first run, just to make sure that you get no detonation, checking everything else while we're going. So I've just pulled a bit of fuel out, raised the torque a little bit, and added a little bit of overrun.
So might get a few crackles.
Yeah, might get a few crackles.
Nice. And this is a standard exhaust as well, so
yeah,
it's a bonus.
It's not going to last long, so
no.
But we are taking it off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell anyone who's got a cat in it to put pops and bangs on your car, because it ain't going to last no matter how they call it. I'll go over the logs. I think we might be just about done. We'll go over them just to make sure.
So Phil's going to go over it, and then we're going to check the actual results and figures, the things that you guys will be going to be waiting for on the dyno. So check back with you in 3 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Bye. So to summarise, we ran it stock at 345 bhp and 350 foot-pounds of torque. Then Phil's took it out, tuned it actually on the road. We took it back to see the figures that it's actually pulling, and we've got 391 bhp and 405 foot-pounds of torque. So a massive increase. Now what we're going to do now is hand you over to Phil and explain how is it possible to do that without a dyno, because a lot of people think that you must have a dyno to be able to tune those sort of figures.
Yeah, well, we don't really need to tune every single car in a dyno, even if we've got a dyno, because at the end of the day, it's how it feels on the road. So we pretty much do more tuning on the road than we do on the dyno anyway. The dyno's just there to kind of prove the power out and things like that. So obviously we had more fun out on the road, and as I showed you, like things like part throttle and things like that, you can't replicate that on the dyno. You need to be out on the road, and like things like airflow through the room and all these kind of things go into it. And if you don't get them right in the dyno cell, it messes up the results of the car. And then when you're out on the road, it's completely different.
So in some ways, it's actually better.
Yeah, me personally, I prefer tuning out on the road because I get more of a feeling for what the car's actually doing, rather than just what it looks like on a graph. Because that is just a full power run. Like you can do like different processes and things on the dyno, but you can never kind of beat what you've got on the road. So that's why all of our cars, and we do a lot of mobile tuning and things like that, is because we don't really need the dyno to tune the car. We just need it to prove out the figures. That's pretty much what people are after.
So the question lies is, why would you choose over going for a mobile remap as opposed to coming here and actually getting done on the dyno?
Well, to be fair, we use the dyno for development. So we have the cars here, we tune them up, we see what they run. And so when we give you a quote on Facebook and wherever else you message us, all of the figures are done from our dyno, and that's what we tell you that you can achieve. Not that you're going to get, it's what you can achieve. But the main chunk of the tuning is done out there. So when it comes to a mobile tune, we've done all the work already. We're just literally coming out, checking your car over, plugging it in. We put our base tune on, take it down the road, make sure there's no issues that we've already had from other cars in the past, make sure we get none of them issues. And a lot of people are kind of happy with that. But
yeah,
you get a mix of people. A lot of people like the figures, which I do. Like, I like the figures, but I like the speed more.
Yeah, and it's better for your wallet, really, isn't it? It's better for your wallet.
It's always going to be cheaper if you're not going on here.
That's it.
We're in a £250,000 room, so you've obviously got a charge for you coming in and using this facility, but tuning-wise, if it's a car we've done a lot of, it doesn't really make much difference.
There you go, Phil summed it up. Hopefully you guys can now make the decision and whether what you think is right for you, whether you come here and have it on the dyno or we come to you and we do a mobile map. Either way, you're gonna get good figures, good performance and a better driving car. We'll see you in the next video.